Well, welcome back to the UCATT YouTube channel, and in today's video I am going to be going through my predictions for every AFL team's leading goal kicker in 2021. Now I got a bit of inspiration for this video from Bigger's video, predicting every AFL club's best and fairest, so I'll leave his link to that video in the description. But I got a bit of inspiration from that yeah, I thought it'd be a good video. Now, disclaimer, as you can tell, I am not an AFL expert or analyst. I am just here for my fair opinions, so do not bully me. For Adelaide, we're starting off very generic. Their 2020 leading goal kicker, which was Tex Walker, indeed. Who else do they have? They have James Rowe. Darcy Fogarty is a very good chance. Elliot Himmelberg, he's getting some half-forward strength down there. Tom Lynch, I don't think he'll have the best season. Shane McAdams there. Yeah, the Adelaide seriously don't have much depth to go from for their selection. Either 18th or 17th selection by most. And yeah, Tex Walker, pretty generic. That's what we're starting off with. On to Brisbane. Obviously, they recruited Joe Daniher in the off-season. Now, Charlie Cameron, Lincoln McCarthy, Cam Rayner. But we're going all for Eric Hipwood. I think Hipwood, this is the one season where he breaks through and becomes a superstar of the competition. Next up from Carlton, I'm going with Harry Mackay, who knows. Obviously, they also have like guys like Eggy, who's getting a big old, he'll obviously have a few goals sneak through the season. Levi Casbolt was another selection I didn't go for. Charlie Kerno, yeah, I think Harry Mackay, I was gonna say Mackay. Harry Mackay, so off-putting. Harry Mackay, I think he's just gonna be a really strong and dominant forward player. You play him at full forward in the body size he has, and yeah, I think this is again like Eric Hipwood, the 1 year where he breaks through. Can you tell I'm not an AFL analyst? This is just fan opinions, alright? For Collingwood, I've gone with, well, probably someone who's in the top 5 of my favourite players in the AFL. I've gone with Brody Myercheck. I love Brody Myercheck. Now, I feel like this is the season where he can break through. I think Mason Cox will have a bit of a fluky season like he has always. You never know. Mason Cox, a very unexpected player. Will Hoskin Elliott, I don't think it's going to be one of those forwards who just dominates. Obviously, Jamie Elliott, we know how he plays. He's not the type of big, strong man to kick a lot of goals. He's just, yeah, casual bowler sneak. You Michael Walters, if you will. With Chris May expected to come off the bench, I think Brody Myercheck is the best option. For Essendon, bring out their new recruit, 2 Mega Peter. We have Peter, right? So they really don't have a very strong forward line. Got McDonald, Tipperwoody, who again is just a ball sneak. Hurley, who I'd probably play in the midfield. You've got Jake Stringer, who's always got to be fluky, and then a few of some young guys. I think Peter Wright is the best option, and plus he's 2 metres. Moving on to my team, the Freo Dockers, Matty Tabner is my selection. I feel like he had a really strong 2020 and didn't capabilize, is that a word? Didn't capabilize, I don't know. Didn't make the most of what he could have done in 2020. He led us in goals, but I felt like he could have done a whole lot more in a 23-round season, which is why I think he's our really only big, strong, full forward who can do this for us. Just me not being an analyst and just being a fan just keeps rolling and rolling through my speaking ability today. So for Geelong, this was a pretty easy selection, I guess. I mean, obviously Tomahawk's up there, but in my season predictions video, I picked Jezza for Coleman. Now, if I didn't pick Jeremy Cameron for leading goal kicker, that'd be a bit weird, so I guess I'll just pick the Coleman medalist. For Gold Coast, gonna be a Ben King up here. He is an absolute gun, young forward. Just researching, he earned an ATAR score of 96.34. Fantastic. Yeah, he had a really good 2020 season, and I think he's just going to continue that on to an even better 2021. For GWS, I'm going with Jake Riccardi. From what I saw of him last year, he is an up and rising talent in the AFL, and he has Brownlow medal material. He's Brownlow medal material, and I'm not joking when I say that. I love watching this kid play, and if he can go further in 2021, that'd be really good to see. For Hawthorn, don't make fun of me for being generic, but I'm going with the big Jackie Gunston. I mean, they don't really have any other strong forwards than Luke Bruce, like strong, big forwards. I thought just Jack Gunston was my best option. For Melbourne, I was actually torn between either Sam Weedman or a Benny Brown, but I'm going to go with Ben Brown. In my early AFL predictions video, I had him as my Coleman medalist. I did retract that to Jeremy Cameron, but Ben Brown, he obviously had a pretty shocking 2020 season. He had a lot going on mentally, but I think in 2021, he's going to come back stronger than ever, and he's going to bounce back to his true potential. Yeah, I was actually torn between two people on North Melbourne, either Jaden Stevenson or Cam Zurhaar. I'm going to go with a bigger Jaden Stevenson, another new recruit. I don't think he'll have the immediate impact on North Melbourne that they need. I still feel like they are going to have an absolute flunk of a season. But I thought Jaden Stevenson can maybe sneak in a few goals or there. For Port Adelaide, I'm going with Charlie Dixon. He had an amazing 2020, and I feel like he is Coleman medal material. He has the ability to get up there, and he'd probably be my second Coleman medal pick. So yeah, go King Dixon. For Richmond, still running the double forward role. They've got Jack Riewoldt and Tom Lynch. I'm going to go with Tom Lynch. Get a few fists in there, and he will be alright. I think Tom Lynch, Jack Riewoldt, obviously getting a bit older now. I still feel like Jack Riewoldt can do things for the Tigers that, you know, are better than an average forward. He'll still be a very, very good forward. I just don't think at that star caliber, or I think Tom Lynch will be at that caliber. For St Kilda, this was a really tough pick. So obviously Dan Butler and Jack Higgins, they're two small forwards in the forward line this year. Then you have a bit of Jack Billings, a bit of Tim Membry, but they're two really bigger forwards, a Rowan Marshall and Max King. Max King, obviously, like his brother Ben, was probably even more successful with St Kilda in 2020, but I'm going to have to go with Rowan Marshall. For Sydney, this is a bit of a dead call. I'm just going to go Tom Papley. Like, there's no reason for me to. It's just that he's my best selection. Like, it's a pretty dead forward line Sydney have. Will Hayward, Sam Reid, Isaac Heaney, Tom Papley, Buddy, who's just getting old, and George Hewitt. So, yeah. Now on to West Coast. So, I have Josh Kennedy down, but I do have a slight feeling about the big Oscar Allen. He is an up-and-coming talent. And yeah, I can't wait to see what he can do in 2021. For the Doggies, I am torn between two, and I seriously cannot separate them. I'm going either Josh Bruce to get back into his St Kilda form, or Aaron Norton. Aaron Norton, one of my favourite players to watch in the AFL, and if he can have a good season, I think the Doggies will be very, very dominant, even with those stacking midfielders. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. See you later.